So let's recap last week, and some of the exciting fun that had happened. Um, you all got to meet Hiccup and some of the other members of the villagers. One of them named uh, oh gosh, what was his name?
Ooh.
Oh, the other guy. Hiccup
The
got
one
his
in
name. The epic old guy, the silver fox.
Oh,
God, what was his name? I forgot his name. I should have
his
wrote that
uncle?
down. Yeah, it's his uncle. I should have wrote his name down. Some of you wrote his name down, so
I'm sure I have it somewhere.
she takes my
Oh.
notes for me.
I feel like did I
It's
write
like
it?
George Yond or George Strond or Strom
I don't know,
John.
but like Hiccup would say it wrong and he would correct.
Yeah,
That's what I remember.
yeah.
It was
Jordan.
George.
Jordan Kane. That's right.
See? Jordan.
Just like notes, bitches.
Yeah.
Jordan Kane. All right, there we go. So, got a chance to meet him, talk with Hiccup, and learn about what was happening with the two warring factions, the dwarves and the realm of the Dragon Queen, each having a different belief about Thaunis and whether or not his help was needed or not needed. But as you all went down to the shore, because you'd expressed an interest in seeing the edge of the world, the fact that the world was literally being ripped apart and left with a gaping hole, you get to the docks and see four ships lined up, and Captain Persian Cassire leaning off the edge, screaming out to Yasin, "I found your ships, Admiral!" And so that is where we will begin tonight's session. In front of the group are four frigate-class vessels. Now, frigates are cool because they have a stronger nose on the front, a piece that juts out that allows them to ram other ships. So keep that in mind, as these ships mean frigates have that capacity. Yasin, as you look over these vessels, you immediately go into captain mode. You are sizing them up, seeing what they have to offer and where you can upgrade them, because no ship is ever complete without personal upgrades, and these can be upgraded. But what you see, what your eyes take in, is one, they're frigates, so you know they do ramming damage. You know in the past that if you ram with a frigate in this condition, your ship will receive half damage. So think about whatever you roll, whatever damage you deal to the ship, half that, and that's what you take. If you upgrade the ram, you will take less and less damage each time you use it as a tactic. Second, you see that your ship has port and starboard broadside cannons. All of them right now are equipped with 3 cannons on either side. It can hold more. You can tell that these ships can be upgraded to hold more. More ports both below and above exist. You also notice that the sails are decent, that the ship can probably do a good clip in the water. And in combat, you know that if you are at half sail, your ship could make a 180-degree turn in one move. If you're at full sail, it would take 2 turns to make that. It'd be a wider arc. So these are the commands that you can give, aside from dropping anchor to do a full stop. So as you are aboard the ship, Yasin, the crew will look to you and to the commands that you give out, either in battle or in standard roleplay, to ram, to fire your broadsides, full or half sail, and to drop anchor. Those are the main commands that you should worry about if the ships engage in battle. Okay. You can use them at any way you want to. The ships do have health. Right now they're all at 130. They're made of solid oak and pine. It's a good material, but you're used to having ships that are embedded with metal and various armor planking. to upgrade those ships. So it's not as good as it could be, but 4 ships beats no ships. Persian kind of cuts off one of the riggings and uses it to slide down, and he hits the dock with just this big, swagger in his movements. He tosses you a hat, Yasin. As you catch this hat, you immediately see that he has gone ahead and put on the admiral rankings onto its top, and it's bigger than your old captain's hat. In fact, you see that Captain Cassire is still wearing your old captain's hat that he found in your cabin long ago. But this admiral hat is definitely more impressive. It matches well with your coat that you have. It's a black hat with gray and white trim, and you have this kind of blue feather that just plumes out from the side. And with the armor that you acquired from Nar Shaddaa, you look like a badass space pirate. There's just a swagger to you. The hat sits very nicely. And with the hat, you gain the ability to command these 4 ships. So that's what it does for you. Persian comes up to you and he goes, "Well, Captain, excuse me, Admiral. As I said, I deliver your 4 ships, and here they are. Now, they're unnamed. I didn't take the privilege of naming them right now. They're all under Yosin, Admiral Yosin's ships. There's 4. You can name whichever you want. You can take whoever you want to be your flagship star, and then I'll take another one. What'll happen is I will command 1 ship and 1 additional with me. Say the word. Tell me what you want to do, Captain, and I'll make it happen. But if you do not tell me what to do in combat, then I will do what I see fit to make sure that my ship and crew survive, and to make sure that my admiral makes it out alive as well." And he's just basically telling you that's how he functions in combat. You can either direct his every movement or let him and his other ship that will flank him act on their own.
Okay.
So, any one of these particular beauties suits your fancy, Admiral? Who would you like to be your flagship, and what might you be calling her?
Oh, what do I name her? That would be cool. Well, first I, do the Brotherhood class.
Woocha!
Yeah. You've done fantastically.
The Codfather.
Oh my God.
You say boat.
Water.
You look.
And then I'm sizing up the ships. They're all about the same. They're 4 frigates, so they're all about the same size, right?
Yep. They're all the same size. They're fairly identical. If you're looking for something that makes one of them unique from the others, there is 1 ship in the center that its ram is different from the other 3. It's a little bit sharper in its point, and you can tell that it was once painted pure black, and now it's been rubbed off through usage, so it has this kind of black silver patina thing going on with it. All the other rams seem newer, less used, if you will. This ship has a little bit of it's been through some combat. It's the only one of the 4 that has seen warfare. You can tell it as you look.
Gotcha. So does this one have any sort of remainder of a name on the side already?
Roll investigation. Let's see what you see. Let's see if it does. Let's let the die decide.
Good. What is it Flynn says in Tangled?
Please do feeling naughty.
Yeah.
She did naughty, but like spelled like nautical. I
Oh.
I'm kind of partial to yeah, boy.
know. That was good.
Yeah, boy.
That's my favorite.
Beyond.
Also-
Sorry.
Peer pressure.
The puns. Oh, so good.
Sorry, I won't be to anything in the game until I have a good pun name.
Find my.
You
Yeah.
struggling?
A little bit.
Why?
It's been a while since I've been on the website.
Just call it noir.
You roll a d20, look at your investigation.
Yeah.
Math.
Okay. Investigation.
Get there?
Dang, website's killing me.
The website.
You're so mean. All right. That's okay. Okay.
There you
That'll be a 15.
All right. As you kind of center on this particular vessel, you walk around on the dock, kind of eyeing each side of it, looking her up and down. And you can see on the side that there is etched in gold lettering what was once a name on this ship. You see that it starts off with the word fire, and afterwards everything is just sort of scratched out. But amidst the scratches on this boat, you see what looks like the outline of wings, as if a part of this boat's look was these wing patterns that were kind of drawn to either side of the nose of the vessel, perhaps indicating that the ship was named Firebird or Phoenix or something along those lines. You kind of get a sense for that.
Big deck energy.
Gotcha. So, I guess I would. Well, it's got character. So, of course, I think Yasin and I am drawn to that. So, I'll pick this black ship, and for a name,
Do you need to like captain her first to know a name, or do you need to like just come to you?
Burnt thin. I don't know.
I think.
Admiral's Nope, go ahead, Admiral.
Well, this ship, let's see, it was obviously fire themed, and it has some sort of wings, almost like a phoenix on the side, or maybe a dragon. So I'm going to call it maybe the High Phoenix.
Oh, Admiral, that's impressive. That is a name that would strike fear into the hearts of those that oppose you, sir. The High Phoenix. I like it. We can think of the others' names in all due time, but I think you all came here for a purpose, did you not? Are we ready to ship out, Captain? We're ready to set these birds a sail.
I just cast my eye across the crew that Persian has assembled. And I take out my scimitar and hold it high and say, "Cast away, men!"
You hear from and this crew, you notice that for ships of these size, it's the bare minimum that you need for a crew. And a lot of them you recognize from the captain's own crew when he had stolen your ship. A lot of them are spread out across the other vessels, a couple new faces, but they all look at you, and as you raise your scimitar and give the command to cast away, you just all hear him go, "Hoy, John!" They all start cheering and hooting and hollering, and it's a good bunch. They're going to be loyal to you. You, as you attain more stuff, say you more cannons, more whatever, you will need more crew. So you're going to really need to keep track of your money because things such as upgrades, hiring crew, these are options that you'll have. And so you might want to acquire more loot in order to gain more upgrades. You also can simply just put all the upgrades onto your flagship as well. So however you want to spread it out. Don't feel like all 4 need to be equally upgraded. If you want your flagship to be a beast and the other 3 to be, factory fresh, that's good. That's all good. However you want to play that. They're yours. Hiccup kind of looks, he goes, oh, Admiral Yasin. Okay, cool. Chief Hiccup, just saying. Anyway, so if we're all gonna board these ship, as a Captain Persian kind of gives him a look. It's a ship, fine, ship. Okay, cool, fine ship. Let's go. Might as well take all 4. We'll take you out to the edge of the world, and then we can decide what you want to do from there, and we'll head in our separate directions.
I don't think Persian has ever seen mud. Away.
No, he has not. And Persian kind of starts looking around at the group, and he's okay. Kieran, Yasin, Estrella, hey, how you doing? I'll still remember the last time that you and I had a little fling in the tent. You touched me in a special way, girl.
Oh,
I'll just my one arm.
I saw the stars. Oh, you lost an arm, love. Oh, you did. Well, then I am honored to be the last person to have ever been touched in that way by the great Estrella.
wow.
And he just kind of he walks by Grim, and he just kind of goes, Grim, and he gives you a wink, and keeps walking by. And then he gets to the new people, and he stops by Kelladry, and he's like, Bella Tiefling. But you're full. Well, I'm only part, so you got a little elf going on here. What's her story? I mean, you guys just pick up. Oh shit, me a brick, and he just kind of looks up at Mud. He's like, oh, you are one big woman. Captain Cassian Pershire at your service, my lady. If you need anything while you're aboard any of these vessels, let me know. I would be happy to attend to all of your needs.
Just kind of gives him a smug grin and then pats his head and walks by and goes, "Thank you, Needlehead. I will tell you."
Oh, that was both hot and demeaning at the same time. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with how comfortable I am with that. All right. I see, Admiral, that you keep picking up new stragglers. But we're missing one. Where's Nim? Not Nim, where are you? Hiding somewhere, right? Come on, girl. Where's Nimriani? I mean... Now, seriously, y'all, where's Nim? Is she back at the village? I can wait on her. I've been, I kind of missed her sparkling personality, She's just the life of the...
Grim's just gonna be like, shut up. In a very aggressive way. Just stop talking.
Mud just stopped walking and just not moving anymore.
I'll be like, tell you about it later, but shut up for now.
And he just sort of looks at everybody and sees the mood has shifted. And you see him kind of choke up a bit. And he's like, oh, right, well, it is dangerous out there. All right, ship it off then. Yeah, okay, let's all take the flagship. I think that would be fitting if we all just sort of bunch up there for now. Hiccup, Chief, sir, if you all want to just climb on board. We'll ship off. Edge of the world, right? Edge of the world. Boys, rig her up. We're sent for the edge of the world. Oh, fuck. You hear them just kind of up there. But they begin doing what they need to do. As you all board the vessel, You see each of the crew working diligently, every person basically doing the job of two people. It's a skeleton crew, but it's enough to get these ships going the way they need to. The sails start to unfurl as the ships move out of port. And Yasin, you start to feel the very comfortable rocking of the boat, the salt wind hitting your face and moving through your hair, the smell of the sea. What do you do right now? What is Yasin doing as the boats start to pick up speed and the wind hits the sails?
Well, just first, I need some reminding about who, because we split into two groups, kind of.
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
Not yet. Everyone's on the flagship right now.
Okay, we're all on the flagship.
Run to the edge of the world first.
Okay, gotcha. So, I guess I'm going to have Yasin just kind of investigating the ship, walking around, just
You
looking.
like loving it?
Yeah, like that's exactly what I was thinking. And then just Persian and I'm going to ask him, how did he get these ships? Because it's not been that long since we last. Well, for us, it's not been that long, but how long it's been since we've seen him.
It's at this time, as you ask this question, that you really stare at Persian. Because from a distance, the captain seems as the captain always has, young, vibrant, full of energy. But at this range on the ship, looking at him dead on and kind of like, how did you get these ships? You see that his blue-black hair is shocked with gray. There are bits of gray in it. He's got a few more wrinkles than he had before around his eyes, more of these kind of crow's feet from all of his years of laughing and battling and enjoying himself. He's older than the last time you all met him, and he's like, well, truth be told, Yasin, from my point of view, the last time we saw each other was, well, nigh on 15 years ago. It took a bit of time to really figure out how to get these ships. They don't come from this realm. They don't come from Faerun either. You won't find ships like that where we come from in the seas. They may be frigates, but there's something different about them. The wood, the way it feels when it rocks. And as he says this, Yasin, you can feel what he's talking about. It's not a Faerunian ship. There is its own unique energy to it. I spent some time moving around different realms, not by choice, mind you, but there are places where the veil is thin. In fact, that's where we're heading right now. This edge of the world, as everyone in Burke calls it, is just a thin veil. How far out before you transfer to the next place, I don't know. It's well, you know, when we get there, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I found others, and I've used it to stay alive. These places don't stay long. Whatever's happening out there, whatever well, 6 of you now there are, shit. Whatever all you are doing, it's having an effect. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know how we fix it. But things are merging, things are collapsing, things are changing out there. It's frightening. It's exciting. It's really easy to steal shit from people. Hey, that's how I got these boats. I mean, there's a bit of chaos in the docks. One night, there was an incursion happening, luckily from the opposite side of the land. And as everybody was rushing out to try and figure out what to do and how to help, well, I just couldn't leave these 4 beauties alone. So I got my crew, took them, found a veil, traveled through it, picked up these 5 landlubbers, and he points to a few of the crew that you notice who are dressed more medieval than fantasy, if you will. They look like squires that they used to belong to knights. You know, there is a way that they're dressed that is just a little bit foreign to you. They have tunics and simple pants, but the embroidery represents a kingdom. You can tell that all 5 of them have the same embroidery. They've come from the same land. And in Captain's, hey, come here, Seth. Yeah, come here. And this young lad named Seth comes up, not to be confused with the cat. It's not the cat.
I thought it was the cat.
Yeah. I say,
Kidding.
You would have
You know,
said
like-
tabaxi.
They're all human. You can tell they're all human. And this particular, by all of your standards, he's a boy, but he's a young man, 18, 19, 20, just hitting adulthood. But all of you have been through so much that he looks like a child to all of you now, especially to Mud. Everyone looks like a child to Mud. But he bows very properly. He goes, oh, hello there. Yeah, my name is Seth Pendragon. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Can I do something for you, Captain? Well, this is your Admiral here, Admiral Orson Driftwood. Oh, you've spoken highly of it, Admiral, sir. And he gives you like this big, deep, royal bow. Like you feel the nobility behind this kid. Seth Pendragon, at your service, Admiral. And he kind of straightens up at attention. The ship is running fine, sir. In fact, all 4 are at peak condition. As the quartermaster here, it is my job to make sure the crew and ships are running efficiently, sir. So I will be at your service. Whatever you need done, whatever you need the men to do, I will make sure that they do it.
excellent.
Can I call him Wart?
You can call him Wart, call him whatever you want. Boy, Pendragon.
Cabin boy. My
Boy,
quarter.
shove off, Pendragon. Why don't you tell him a bit about where you come from? Oh, of course, yes. Well, the realm I come from, as it's called, is Camelot. It is a mighty castle, fortress that surrounds a village of about a few thousand people. My king, Arthur, is a kind and just man. But unfortunately, this business with the collapsing realms is, well, it's left our kingdom in a bit in ruins, if you will. And I got caught in the fold, if you will. Me and the other 5 here, we were knights at one time. And now we are here serving with our admiral and captain. He tells us, Captain Persian, that the 6 of you are trying to fix what's wrong with our worlds. Is that true?
It is true. We've hit a few snags.
Just a few.
From different points of view, it's taking us either a very long time or not a very long time. It's a little wibbly wobbly like that.
Nice.
Oh, wibbly wobbly. You
Timey-wimey.
you remind me of our court magister. I've barely met him. Merlin, is it? He speaks like this, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It's an interesting way of talking. Are you perhaps a magister yourself?
I know a little bit. I know enough to get around.
Fascinating.
Just humbly.
He gets around.
Oh.
Magic seems way more common in a lot of these realms than in Camelot, though we do have our fair share of magic, I do say. Perhaps if we ever make it to my home, you would like to meet Merlin. He is, well, he is something else. I'll just say that. He is something else. If there'll be nothing else, sirs, I will attend to the men and make sure that we make it to the edge of the world in record time, yes?
Sounds excellent, sir.
All right, and he just sort of like does a little head nod and spins on his heels and kind of look alive there, you in the mizzen mast. Make sure to secure the stunsail. Get going, and and he says a bunch of other shipbuilding crap that I do not know yet. But off he goes, and you feel the ships give a little lurch as again the wind catches just a little bit better as Seth Pendragon gets the men going and the ships at top speed. Jorgenkind comes up to this and he goes, "It'll take us a few hours before we reach the edge of the world. We could use this time to rest. I suggest perhaps you wish to train, sleep, eat, whatever it may be. Now would be the time to do it. I'm actually going to be below decks. Going to see if I can come up with a game plan for how we deal with the dwarves. Hiccup, I suggest you do something similar as you figure out how to woo the queen of the dragons. Otherwise, Burke will be caught in the middle of a war. No, of course. Dragons are my thing. I'll go figure something out. All right. If anyone needs me, I'll be down below. And you see him kind of waltz his way down to this door. So the way the ship is laid out, very similar to the other ships you've been on. There's the main deck, which you are all on right now. You, of course, you boarded on the port side. In front of you are two main masts that lead to the prow of the ship, the nose of it. Behind you is the top deck, and that is where the helmsman is controlling the ship's wheel. Underneath this deck are two doors. One that will lead to the captain's private quarters, which is on the right-hand side, and Jorgenkind goes through the left-hand door, which leads below deck to your second level of the ship. And that's where most of the crew will sleep. That is where a lot of the storage for powder and weapons magazines and things like that are kept down there. And just cots and stuff laid out. So he kind of goes down, and you see him reach into his back pocket, pulling out some notes and a map that he kind of unfolds, and then the door closes behind him. Well, I figure he's going below deck to kind of feel more like a dwarf underground. Right? Yeah, that's thank you, Mud. I saw that. That was a good grin. I, on the other hand, will keep aloft because, frankly, small dark places freak the shit out of me. So if anybody needs me, I'll be at the prow of the ship with Toothless and trying to figure out how are we going to get these dragons to not kill us on sight. Those of you coming with me, you picked a good one. If anyone needs me, I'll be at the prow. Come on, Toothless. And he just sort of walks to the nose of the ship, and you see Toothless, who's been kind of hovering around, just sort of land and just kind of galump after Hiccup and make his way to the front. And you see the two of them, they look like they're having like a deep conversation as Hiccup like turns and gestures to him. And you see Toothless like giving him these weird stares and like, shaking his shoulders and things. And there's the two walk off. So you all have approximately 2 to 3 hours before you make it out to the edge of the world. You can do anything you want with that time. If you wish to rest, if you wish to train, if you wish to talk to each other or talk with any of our party members, you may do so. Or if nobody has anything that they want to do and you just want to like fast forward, we can fast forward to the edge of the world. So what do you all wish to do with your time?
I definitely want to get in some training.
Cool. So what would you like to do with that training? You're training your heavyweight coat, right?
Yeah, definitely. I want to get more used to wearing it and build up the muscles.
So what does Yasin do to train?
I'm going
100 sit-ups.
100 push-ups.
100 push-ups.
On the boat bow.
Yes,
How would
does
one train?
yoga, sunrise yoga.
Going up and down the decks.
Oh, everyone look at your eye of the tiger, and you look up, and Yasin's just like running.
You know, honestly, kind of, yeah, just kind of like jogging in place, and maybe I grab like a barrel of gunpowder, and I'm like, getting some.
Oh, he's going all
Gonna
out.
King Kong up on the ship.
All right. So Yasin, you start your training, and this is like you're picking up barrels. You're starting to like bench press with them. You're doing squats. You're moving around. And of course, your coat, as you wear it right now, it is quite heavy, and you're feeling the strain of this. Right now, you move at half speed. So if your walking speed is 30, you can only move at 15. And you have disadvantage right now on any attacks that you would make because moving is so difficult to exert yourself. Now, what I'll tell you is that 2 weeks of training and you will be back to normal. 2 more weeks on top of that, so 1 month of training, and we'll manage that time and fast forward it and things like that. When you take your coat off, you will move at double your speed, and you will have advantage on all of your attacks. That is what will give you the speed, but you'll only be able to sustain that high level of effort for 3 rounds of combat.
So like
you
he
get
could
this.
do like quick steps, but like not use any kind of things.
No,
he can do combat. He would just be faster in moving.
Yep.
Or moving further.
Oh, and just general. Okay.
Yep, he'll move faster, he'll move farther, and giving advantage on attacks means he has a higher chance of actually landing his blows. Mud, I'm curious. Oh, go ahead, Grim.
Sorry.
Yes, Grim.
Oh
yes.
no, it's all good. I just wanted to say, I mean, it doesn't have to happen right now, but I want to talk to someone about doing. I don't know if you could see it on the screen. Damn. Like you see where the lightsaber is like right under the wrist.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do
would
it. If she can,
I would
like,
recommend you
flick it
talk to
out.
Hiccup.
Hiccup. Okay.
Yep, I would talk to Hiccup about that. Also, that's super cool and badass, by the way. Nice try. I'm curious, Mud, as you're watching Yasin start to do his workout, like I imagine your character would want to join,
I do, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to show up the poor dude, you know. But I do, but I don't. So
Yasin?
Yeah.
well, no, you know what? She wants to because she wants to like push him to train harder and get where he wants to be. So she's going to just walk over while he's like lifting barrels or something and just stick another one on top of it.
Oh. Oh.
I would hate you. We're never going
Yasin?
to live together.
I'm going to, because this is too much fun as a DM. Here's the trade-off. If you train with Mud, you will be able to achieve what you want twice as fast. But here's the trade-off.
Okay.
You have to endure 3 points of exhaustion after her training until you do a long rest.
Oh my God.
That's pretty detrimental. Like 3 points of exhaustion means you have disadvantage on pretty much any throw you make ever, and you will be walking at half speed. And if you get more points of exhaustion, you'll die. But I mean that's a hard ass workout. But if you find a moment to take a long rest, if you're able to recover from that, it'll push you twice as fast.
Almost died. Get strong,
Think of it like a Saiyan workout. You know, you're almost dead and you come back twice as strong.
9 episodes later.
You know,
Accurate.
you know what? While since we're here on the boat, and I assume it'll take us after we reach the edge of the world. Yeah, I'm going trading with Mud.
Oh, all right. And so the two of you begin to train together, and at first, what Mud starts doing feels like torture, but after a while, Yasin starts to like figure it out, and he starts to understand how to push his body harder. And the rest of the crew is starting to watch, and there's this little montage moment that is beginning to happen.
It has to be like Karate Kid montage right now.
I do want her to like specifically train his strengths.
Yep.
Like she doesn't want to assume he can do what a Goliath can do, but she wants to get him close, you know?
Okay.
All right. What do you do to push him? What's Mud doing?
She's working a lot on full body workouts.
Okay.
Nothing is just one singular workout like biceps or legs. No, everything hurts.
So like it work out, but like for everything.
Exactly.
Those things are hard.
Do you let him lift your hammer?
Not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We're not
Okay,
there yet,
cool.
no. Sorry.
All right.
He is not
All right.
worried. He is not worried.
He is not ready
He's not
for
ready.
the hammer. Okay.
A small group starts to form around all of you training, and you can hear the crew just like, oh, wow, okay, Admiral, yeah, and they're starting to cheer, Yasin, and you've got like 2 barrels, one on each shoulder, and you're like doing power squats. Your face is dripping with sweat. Your hair is matted to your skin, and you are just whoa, boom, and you are just encouraged by both Mud and by your crew, who the first time having met you is seeing someone who just jumps into training. Like, yeah, it is not good enough that you're their admiral. You need to be at your peak performance. And you see some of them like going, bro, yeah, do another. Oh, I'm gonna do it too. And some of them start working out with you. And you've got a small group of like Mud training a group of this crew, and like y'all are just pushing together, and it is
start like poking people so they don't like balance training.
And it is glorious, and kind of from the distance, Hiccup is like, haha, yeah. You go, Yasin. You lift that barrel, because I will not. And you go. Estrella, what are you doing right now?
Estrella's watching. She's watching this. And she's like, oh. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I think Estrella's gonna go find. I'm assuming this is like a fairly stocked ship, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go poke around. I want to find some candles and some matches, and I want to have a seance to see if I can talk to Lunas, because at this point I assume she's dead.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I tried to talk to her, but I don't think I was intentional enough. So I want to find a dark and quiet room. I want to light some candles, and I want to see if I can call to her.
Okay. You find all of these items. In fact, you're below deck now, and as your eyes adjust to the lighting down there, you've got a few candles. You kind of find a private room that nobody's in right now, and it's a storehouse. There's food in there. There's some dried meats. There's vegetables and things like that. But it's got a door you can close, and you pass by Jorgenkind, and he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, Estrella, do you need any help with anything? Did you want to get in touch with me? Anything wrong?"
No, just
Can you get out?
how do I make this not sound weird?
Can I borrow this room?
Just trying to get in touch with someone. I need a quiet space to do that.
Of course. Yeah, no, not the problem. I will be out of your hair. I can. I think I may go above deck and enjoy some of the fresh air for a bit.
It's fresh, sweaty air now.
um, he looks at you and he goes,
The ocean.
"You've lost someone, have you? Someone close."
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you find who you're looking for.
Oh. Estrella just put her hand on his shoulder and say thank you.
All right. Well, I'll be off then. And he kind of moves out of the room, closes it gently behind him, and heads his way up to the top of the deck, where he sees the epic ferocity of Yasin and Mud and the other crew members. He's like, whoa! No one told me that we were getting into a lifting contest now. This is something I am going to join. And you just see him kind of like take off his outer layer cloak that he's been wearing. And you see that he's just wearing a vest, but nothing underneath the vest. This is a well-muscled, tattooed man. Like his arms are both covered in tattoos.
Mud's
And
gonna
he-
be like, well, as you can see, it wasn't a competition. You know what I mean?
You just need the right lifting partner, love. And he goes for your hammer. Do you let him?
Yeah.
He
Because
ta-
I don't think he'll.
Let's find out.
Did you get your finger?
Okay. He takes it in one hand and he tries to like be cool and like lift it with one hand. He's like, okay, I gotta stop showing off. And he grabs it with both hands and he struggles, but he is trying to curl with your hammer. And he's like, see, and he just like dropped it. He goes, okay, I'm just trying to show. That's really heavy.
I'm just gonna pick it up with one hand
As you do easily.
and just look at him and be like, nice try, but
Oh my man, he rolled a 5, by the way, and I'm like, shit. There's no way out of this. He's not lifting jack. But he does start to kind of do some other exercise and things. He's a little deflated, a little embarrassed. His face kind of goes red, and he's like, yes. And he goes to kind of do his own little workouts and everything. We'll get to you, Estrella, in a second. I want you to think about what you're going to do to reach Lunas. What's your tactics behind that, and we'll roll to see how successful you are. And then Grim, I imagine you're going to go walk and talk to Hiccup right now.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah, I want to go see him, but I knew other people were doing stuff.
Nope. We're to your turn. So you're going to go approach Hiccup. Okay. As you do, you kind of hear Hiccup going, well, I don't know, buddy. They don't seem to listen to you as well as they used to. And look, I'm sorry, I know, but being an alpha, it doesn't always last. I mean, the chiefs come and chiefs go, and unfortunately, I guess your time passed. She's just more connected with them. I'm sorry, bud. We need a different plan of attack with. Hi. Hang on. Grim, right?
Yeah.
You're Grim. What can I do for you?
I would like to talk to you about making an appliance for my arm, but I do have a idea about what you were just talking about. If you wouldn't mind.
No, yeah, sure. It's just. I imagine him having a voice half the time. When you hang around dragons long enough, they really do have a complex language. It's just not all vocal. We don't hear everything. There's subtle expressions, but I can tell he's bummed by losing his seat as the alpha. I mean, he was king of the dragons here for years. Him and his mate, they led, and the times come and someone else was stronger. They had a better connection with the other dragons, and that's the dragon queen now as she goes by. And I don't know. I don't think that I don't think Toothless will be our best bet for getting the dragons on our side. We're going to have to think of something else. But what are you thinking?
I want to see if I can connect to the, let's call it the subconscious of all of them, or the hierarchy through all the dragons. You know how they, I guess, know who's the alpha by instinct or whatever. I want to see if I can read that sense kind of thing through Hiccup. Basically go into a weird, almost like trance in his head kind of thing, I guess, to see
Okay.
what I can see.
Sure. That I'll need you to do 2 rolls. One will be Arcana. That will be just to see how successful you are at the magics side of it. Indeed, balls. The second roll that you need to make will be for nature, a nature check to see if once you achieve the Arcana side of it, can you connect with the animalistic presence that Toothless and Hiccup kind of give off as their alphas. So roll Arcana. Let me see what you get for the Arcana.
Why? Sorry. Arcana. 22.
Okay. Hiccup kind of watches you, and he's, he heard your explanation of trying to tap into this instinct that the dragons have. And he's like, well, okay. And you sort of get into this meditative trance, and Toothless, his ears perk up, and the scales on his back all kind of raise higher, and he starts to get this blue electricity that moves throughout his body. And you kind of bring your hand up to him and you move it side to side, and Hiccup watches Toothless sway with you, and kind of the two of you start to connect through just the base magic in the world. And it feels, again, different from Nar Shaddaa. It's different from the Force. It's different from Faerunian magic. Here, it's more primal. It's raw. Magic isn't wielded by humans in this world. It is wielded exclusively by dragons. You can sense the dragon magic. And you've been around dragon magic before, but you've never been this strong. There's so much of it here. The entire world is based in dragon magic, and you connect with it almost immediately. Now let's see if you can tap into that instinct, that primal sense of the alpha. Roll nature.
Got a 17, but apparently I have a -1, so it's 16.
It's okay, because I set it at 15. I thought so. You do. You immediately start to, as you connect with Toothless, you start to see the world through his eyes. And for a second, you see yourself the way he sees you, which is in this kind of gray scale, black and white. But at your center, he can see this aura of heat and energy. And for Hiccup, it shines a bright red. For you, it shines almost purple. He senses the magic inside of you. As Toothless looks around at the rest of the crew, you can see that people who are not mages tend to generally show up as a warm red center, this kind of heat they give off. You can see Estrella below deck, who has a bit of a golden aura to her through Toothless's eyes. And then you hear this call in your mind. It's almost like a whisper, a song that's just on the edge of your thoughts. But if you wanted to, you could focus on it.
Okay.
As you do, the song gets louder, and Toothless's eyes narrow into just little slits. Oh, are you okay, buddy? Are you Grim? What are you doing? Are you? It's not good if he looks like that. It's a little too feral. Grim,
Do I answer? I mean, can
you
I answer?
can.
Okay.
Sure.
I guess I'm just gonna be like, I'm trying to figure out what he. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to hear something or something like that.
All right. I'll give you a minute. Okay, all right. Um, the song starts to take shape in your mind. It is a lullaby, just a few notes that sing over and over again. What's weird to you is that while it's just a song being sung, it's a beautiful female voice, very ethereal, very like stuff you'd hear on Lord of the Rings. It's just this high elf kind of lilty sound to it. But you start to listen to the melody as it repeats, and the words from the Song of the Night Mother fit to it. And you can start to feel the rhythm and hear the words. And in your mind, you're putting it all together. And you have the song now.
Can I push out of it so
Yes.
as to not mess up Toothless anymore?
You can. And as you do, Toothless's eyes grow back to their normal size. They widen. He gets that puppy dog face that everybody loves. But you also notice kind of the barrier that Kieran put up, because he stayed behind and used himself as a shield to help protect Toothless from what you now know is the Song of the Night Mother that's been calling to all the dragons.
Cuckoo.
So, what did you find out? Is there anything helpful?
I'm just gonna tell him, I guess, as best as I can. I'm gonna be like, well, it seems like it's not a normal connection as much as Toothless to the other dragons. It seems like it's connected to what we're dealing with before we even got here.
Oh, you mean this business with Thonis, you call him, and the Night Mother?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, well.
So I think that he could potentially take back the island or whatever Burke is.
Yeah, it's an island, yeah.
As his rightful place or whatever. Oh, Alpha, that's what it's called. And but we would have to figure out how to quell the singing.
That's incredibly helpful, Grim. I was worried that it was just a more powerful alpha, something natural that you can't really fight, but this sounds like magic. Like it's not supposed to be there. So if we can figure out the source, then yeah, we can save the dragons and we can figure this out. We could probably stop the whole war, because without the dragons on her side, well, the Dragon Queen doesn't have an army. And crisis averted.
We just have to find out the source.
That might take some doing, but we'll figure it out. Like, it's at least now we know what we're looking for.
Sure.
Are you coming with us to face the dragons, or are you going to the dwarves?
I'm going to the dragons.
Okay, good. I was hoping. And we're gonna need you there. That's a lot of help. So what can I do for you? You help me. I can help you.
I was wondering. I drew up this plan. I'm gonna show him the picture.
Oh yes. Oh, you're an artist. Very nice. That's
And I would like to see if we can make it where it kind of flips out. Like if I press somewhere, it flips out and I can grab it.
Flip it.
Oh, you want to?
Well, I didn't think of that.
You want to flip? You want to thwip? Flip.
I was just like,
Interesting.
how can I press my palm? And I was like, there.
This object here, it looks like a hilt of a sword. What is that?
I guess I'll pull it out my bag or wherever it
Uh-huh.
is and show it to him so he can see the size and everything and the weight.
Oh, interesting. That looks familiar. And he reaches back behind and pulls out his hilt that he has, which they look remarkably similar. It looks like he's holding two lightsabers in his hand. Does yours ignite? Does it shoot fire?
Yes.
He hands it back to you. He goes, don't show me.
Okay.
If I'm going to
I'm
attach
going
this in,
to
let me
do
see
it
what it
away
does.
from him because he seems clumsy. I'm going to hold it over here and I'm going to click it on.
And as you do, this snap, hiss, and the blade forms this amazing red glow from Kivalas's lightsaber. And Hiccup kind of goes, "Wow, nice! It's like you're bending light. Interesting. I wonder if there's prism and refraction in that." And let me. You showed me yours. Let me show you mine. And he kind of flips the hilt around and hits it. Smoke appears and he ignites it, and out of this puff of fire, you see this sword that has emerged, which is made of flame. And he goes, it's a dragon flame. Of course, it runs based off of various dragon gases and, their venom. And kind of when you put it together, you can sustain this blade. Curious. And he kind of reaches out for your blade to smack it together.
I'll just hold it up so he can hit it.
As the two touch, there is this spark and crackle of energy and fire that kind of shoots off. I mean, interesting. So it can make solid contact. Oh, that's brilliant. Did you make that yourself? And he sort of de-ignites his flame sword.
I procured it off of a deceased body.
Very Viking of you to loot off of dead people. My uncle would be proud. I'm not kidding. He really would. I just never quite got into the whole Vikinger kind of thing. What I like to invent.
Nice person.
Oh, that's good. That's helpful. As long as the bad ones die. All right. Well, let me see your arm. I'm gonna need a tinker. Let me see what we got here. And he goes, "Oh, nice, good craftsmanship."
I can't put it like normal. I have to put it in the shot.
Yeah, I can't. Have you? Was this something you did yourself? Have you been making modifications to it?
I think we talked about it before. Like, I only know how as much as to keep it oiled and maintained to basically keep it functioning.
Yep.
It's nothing crazy, but I know how to keep it alive, working, whatever.
Fair enough. That's this might take us a little while to figure out, but he kind of takes the lightsaber and sort of lines it up with your forearm. It'll fit. And if we just add a couple of, in fact, that mechanism looks like a spring. Yeah, we could do this. We can do it, but it'll probably take most of the voyage to the Dragon Queen's land. But I think I could have something figured out by then if we work, pull in a couple of nights.
If he needs to, I think I could detach from like the elbow piece.
If you want.
I mean, if he doesn't need to, I'm keeping my arm.
I mean, he looks. He goes, I mean, I could definitely work off of it alone, but I think this would be better if we did it together. You know how to tinker with this, so you'll let me know if I hit something that I shouldn't, and we can kind of work from. And besides, we're not going to spend the rest of our lives together, so when you leave, you need to be able to work with this too, right?
That's true. That's true.
All right.
I need to watch him make it. Okay.
All right, we got it. All right. Well, let's we can begin as soon as you're ready. We start now, or we can start later on tonight. What are you thinking?
Now's good.
All right, let's. I got my tools, and he starts to bring out his pack of tools that he's got, and you notice that his armor has a lot of hidden buttons and twists and mechanisms that pop crap out, and from there he pulls out a wrench. He pulls out something that looks like a screwdriver, a couple different things. All right, let's get to work. And the two of you kind of hang out at the prow of the deck as he starts to slowly dismantle pieces of your arm and figure out where things can fit in. Nothing major yet, just looking at some basically blueprints of it and what you've drawn up. Below deck, Estrella, what are you doing to reach Lunas?
All right. Estrella, before she tries to make contact, Estrella's going to take some time, like maybe even a few hours, to
just go on.
Estrella's going to take some time to reflect. Estrella's going to think about the journey, and Estrella's kind of going to think about like where she was when she started this journey and how serious she was about like magic and kind of how scary things have gotten, how intense things have gotten, and try to like recenter herself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little bit more in tune with her magic. So she's going to do that for a little while before reaching out. And I think, I don't know exactly if this would work, but I think for reaching out, I kind of want to just see if I can sense Lunas at all, just to sense and see if she's out there before necessarily trying to talk to her.
Roll religion. With advantage.
That's going to be a 23.
Woo. Did it?
As you center yourself and you focus on your history, your past, the sound of the ocean fades away. The creaking of the ship, the sound of people working out and cheering and all the noise that's happening above deck, all of that fades for you. And you are suddenly brought back 50 years ago when you first came to the Temple of Lunas. You had just left your village. You struggle with the imagery of death, with the undead that chased you for miles before you managed to lose them. And the bite on your arm feels fresh. And you can feel the sickness starting to take hold, but you blink for a second because you have two hands again that you can use. And you knock on the door. And the door slowly opens. And you see this elf, this male elf, very dour, young, around the same age as you. The two of you can't be more than 50 years of age. And you recognize him from your memory as the one who told you you weren't religious enough. You weren't enough of a follower of Lunas, and that your casualness would get you in trouble one day. You remember that face, that paladin that trained with you, but right now, this is the first time the two of you met. And he opens the door and he looks at you and he goes, "Hello? Can I help you?" You can respond. This is your memory. You can decide how it flows.
Great. Oh no. Hi.
You called me.
Hi. Yes, good. You have reached the Temple of Lunas. This is Shut up! I just realized how it sounded. If you'd like to leave a message, I don't know if you intended to be here or not, but this is a sacred place of worship for clerics and paladins and those seeking to find Lunis's light. Did you want to come in or what?
Yeah. Yeah, worship. I'm here for that. I'm sorry. Thank you. Hi.
Estrella, good. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Leodin. I'm going to write down my own name so I don't forget it next time we meet. It's Leodin. Leoden. See, I spelled it out. Estrella's new friend. Yippee. Well, come in, I suppose. We take in all off the streets. Come in, come in. And he moves slightly. This young punk, this guy who takes himself way too seriously. You notice that his robes are a very light blue color, etched with some gold embroidery around them. Very simple, nothing too fancy about him. He's not a high up official, not even a paladin yet. Just a clerk, a simple messenger boy trying to make his way in the temple. As you walk in and the door closes, you see how simple the temple really is, which is surprising to you. As you grew up, you heard of temples being extravagant places of worship where people threw their money away and the guards were corrupt and officials were all full of crap. But this temple is different. It's simple. It's ornate. It's well loved. Artisans have taken their time to craft images and paintings and things in various alcoves, but it's nothing to write home about. The lighting, though, is very bright. Plenty of windows, and you notice that the windows are positioned at every position for the sun. But as the sun moves through the heavens, there's always a window to cast its light into the space. Well, I will bring you to Her Holiness if you'll follow me. I'm sure she will want to meet you. Come on, come on. He says under his breath, and as you walk through the grounds, through the main chamber, he leads you out a side door where there is a open air garden out there, and there's people working on harvesting food from the ground, different trees and bushes and plants. And at the center is another woman who's probably the oldest one there, who is working with the others, pulling and tilling the ground. She's got some carrots in her hand as you approach her, and she goes, "Oh, Leodin, look! The carrots are in season. That's great. We can make that stew you love so much. Wouldn't you like that?" Actually, I would. That would be great. Thank you. Excuse me, Holiness. I told you to call me Leonor. Leonor, yes. We have another from the outside who has asked to come in. Oh, like you did. Oh, excellent. There's always room for more. Of course, there's room for more. If there's nothing else, oh no, you stay. If I can't pull the carrots from the ground, you'll pull them for me while I talk to this nice young lady. So get to pulling. Go. Come on now. And you see Her Most Holiness, which is not at all how she looks. She's a simple woman dressed in simple clothes. Her tunic is a darker blue than Leodin's, perhaps showing her seniority in this place. But she pulls you to the side and she goes, "Young lady, what can I do for you? What brings you to the House of Lunis?"
I'm here to I'm here to try to learn and connect with Lunas.
Bullshit. Bullshit. And she says it in the most like grandma-ish way. Like she's calling you out, but you're just like, oh, it's so warm and like wow, you are right. It is bullshit. Like she's just so warm and inviting with her tone, and she looks and she goes, my dear, I wasn't born yesterday. Everybody comes here to escape from something, trust me. Even myself. some time ago. And you can tell that she's a human, but she's definitely older than you are, even being an elf. You're a young elf at this time. And she's probably in her late 70s, 80s, very wrinkled, but strong. And she's, well, you'd never believe it looking at me now, but one time I was quite the looker, and I had my fair share of men who would come to my establishment, and, well, I made quite a lot of money in my time, I tell you. But that sort of life only lasts so long, and it drove me here in the end, penniless and beaten and near death. But I found solace with the clergy of Lunas, with our clerics and paladins here, and well, they saved my life. So why are you here, child? Really?
Okay. Have you heard of zombies?
Well, I have heard and seen quite many things in my time. The undead among them. I am sad to say.
Okay. Estrella will give her a
The lowdown.
rundown of the fucking play.
That is unfortunate. We had hoped to send a group of clerics and paladins there in the morning to help. It appears we're too late. Oh, child, I am so sorry. I am so very sorry.
So I am here for answers or whatever can help me fix this.
I understand. We can treat your wounds. I don't know if we can stop this plague, but we will try. And I can help introduce you to others in our order who can get you back on your feet. You can stay as long as you like. In your mind, time advances. You see them working on a cure, which is at best just a remedy for the meantime. It is your vial that you kind of take with you and keeps everything at bay. You spend nights sleeping alone in one of the chambers. You awake each morning to eat your breakfast. You work in the gardens. You help clean. But you keep yourself away from the clergy for the most part. Until one day, when Lenora comes up to you and she goes, "Oh, Estrella, you've been here for about a good few weeks now. It seems you've gotten your strength back. I think it might be time for you to be on your way, unless you are willing to take the next step."
What's
You've
the next?
seen, well, the way we run things here is that at some point, all who live within these walls, well, we all serve Lunas, who we believe is a bringer of light and life. It is why we spend so much time in our gardens and why we live such a simple life. We're not called to great deeds or mighty actions the way some deities call, but we are here to help and to preserve at Lunas's behest, if If you're ready, you can talk to her.
Oh, I can talk. I want to talk to
All right. All right. Well, it's simple. Go into your room tonight, light some candles, sit on your bed, and just be open. Be open. She will come to you. Guarantee it. She did to all of us. And so that night you do. You light a few candles, you sit on the edge of your bed, and for the first time in a while, you let go of everything. Your fears, your uncertainty of the future, of what is going to happen, if you're going to survive this blight that is crawling up your arm each night that you put away every morning with a few drops of liquid, and you let it all fade away. Do you say anything? Do you call out in any fashion?
Oh, it's Estrella. So just gonna just hello. Hi. Hey God, it's me, Margaret. No, she's just gonna say hello and wonder if she's doing this right.
You are. Hello, Estrella.
Hi.
I have been watching you for some time. Even before you came into these walls.
Thank you.
And as she laughs, you see this bright light appear. And for the first time in your life, you meet Lunis in her full glory, an astral elf whose clothes shimmer like the stars and whose skin shines with a blue crystalline radiance. Hello, child. I know what's happened to you, to your village. I am sorry for it. I wished there was something that could have been done, but this plague, it is not of this realm. There is something happening to all of reality. A breaking of worlds, a colliding. We have sensed it for some time now, and I think it is time to call a champion forward. Someone to help right these wrongs. I was thinking, Estrella, that perhaps you could be this champion.
Me?
I know you don't feel worthy. No one is, and no one isn't. It is about what you are willing to do, not about what you are able. If you will be one of my clerics, I will be with you in your journeys. And together we can discover what is happening to these worlds. Find a way to make them right. So that what happened in your village never happens again. Will you walk with me, Estrella?
Yeah, I want to fix this.
Good. Then tell Leonor, and she will begin training you as a cleric. If ever you need me, you have but to call, to believe, to empty your mind. Worry not, and I will be there. We'll do great things together, Estrella. And your memory starts to fade. You know of your time with training, all the spells you learned, all the ways to heal and protect. And you come back to the ship, to the sound of the ocean, the roar of the waves and the creaking of the boat. And you hear a call from above deck. Oh, everybody get up here! We're reaching the edge of the freaking world! Are you going to go up deck to the edge of the world?
Yeah. I'm going to blow out the candles first so I don't light the ship on fire, and then I'm going to go upstairs. Be very specific.
Aww, man, okay, fine.
Exactly.
We know you too well.
The ship rocks and the candles fall. They catch on fire.
Yep.
You lost the ship.
That's it. Yassin's flagship. The High Phoenix goes up in a poof of smoke.
Oh, that'd be sad and ironic.
And I know, right? And ironic. So you all
The
come
candles
on
don't
deck.
actually go out. What's happening? No. I'm just kidding.
Roll for
The ship
candles.
starts flying.
As you come up onto the main deck, having had this experience, and for you, Estrella, it was more than just reliving memories. You felt like you were there, and as if you managed to talk to Lunas. But there's still more steps to take. But you feel more connected and stronger than you have as a cleric in quite some time. As you appear above deck, you see in front of you, along with every other member of the crew, a waterfall where the world literally stops and the water falls over the edge. And you hear Captain Persian call out, "Drop all anchors! All stop! All stop!" And you hear it just echo throughout the other three ships. All stop, aye, all stop, all stop, aye, yeah, all stop. Hey, yeah, I got it. And you just hear these as the anchors hit. And the boats all just come within a nose inch of the edge that is there. As you peer out from your vantage points, you see clouds that rise up as if a real waterfall, this mist and air just billowing upwards from this hole. You look to the left and to the right, and as far as the eye can see, which for some of you is quite far, being elves and so forth, you can see a good distance further than the humans on board. It's just an edge, a wall of nothingness on the other side. Smoke and air and cloud and water. Well, here we are, the edge of the world. You wanted to see it, so now you've seen it.
Worst photo.
I have a question, not an issue, I guess, per se. You know how I kind of felt through when we were in Thomas's tavern room?
Yeah.
Can I reach out to see if I feel anything past as far as I could stretch out?
Sure. On this ship, you can move out. So there is a mast, smaller mast. I don't know what it's actually called, but it looks like a mast that kind of sticks out and it follows the where the ram is, and it's just this plank of wood, that rigging and stuff is attached to. And if you want, you can walk all the way out and grab the furthest rigging and hold yourself at the itty bitty most edge of the ship.
Okay, I want to do that.
Of course you do. I want you to make
Text
an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Arcana.
Oh
What are
no!
the rest of you doing as you see Grim kind of move herself out along the prow to the very edge as she grabs the rigging and extends her? Which hand? Is it metal or not metal that you're sticking out?
Not metal.
Zinol's
Lightning.
metal hand. She's sticking out the not metal hand. And she reaches out. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to go over to whichever part of the boat is holding like the ropes to this mast and try to hold it as steady as possible. And I'll probably have Mud help me with that.
All right.
It
All
doesn't.
right, so the two of
I'm
you
gonna
do
try
that.
to stay kind of in the middle of the ship though, because for some reason she feels like if she does go out there, she's just gonna tip
Tip
the
us-
boat over the edge.
How confused this girl. I mean, I feel that. I feel you. I feel like I could tip a ship. But
The two of you start working on that. You start to secure all of the ropes and rigging along the mizzen mast and forward, and you are just holding on, tightening. The other crew kind of starts following your lead, Yasin. Don't forget to order your crew around. But they sort of follow your lead, and they start to tie off and secure things. They go, "Right, Admiral, we're all set. Everything's secured." Estrella, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm walking up the stairs. I'm out. There's the edge of the world. I kind of want to turn around and go back downstairs. This is a lot. I think I'm gonna see. I think I want to go see what Grim is doing.
I'm gonna go touch the butt.
You guys made me. I'm gonna go up to Grim and be like, "What do you see
What do you see with your eyes?
with your
You're
special?"
gonna be out there on
Oh, like
her. All right, so you're gonna be on the edge with her.
Yep.
Well,
Okay, cool. Make sure that one good hand that you've got is grabbing onto her rigging.
Damn. Okay.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
die.
Okay. To be very clear, Chris, I'm going to hook my foot into the rigging too.
Oh,
Nice. Okay, I like it.
Double stability. I like where your head's at. We're still gonna die.
Thank you. Probably. I'm gonna lose a leg too.
Peg leg Pete.
Do you just want Grim to do this, or do you want to reach out with her?
Oh, I'm not reaching out. I'm just seeing what she's.
She's just trying to back me up.
I'm trying to back her up. Like
I guess
magic.
if I fall, she'll try to
Yeah.
hook me with her other foot that's not strapped to the deck. I don't know.
If I'm gonna be super ready to cast something to catch her, if she, I'm not going to take my one arm off of this. I'm just gonna be
Okay.
ready to hand her
gonna
up.
use her little shoulder to cast.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how paranoid you all are. I love it. This is what I've done to you. So good.
We are prepared for almost everything.
what-
Almost.
What is your roll, Grim?
22.
22.
Oh, thank you.
With the 22, you reach out and you try to feel if there is a thinness, a veil, as you had found at the Tavern of Realms. You don't physically find anything. It's not what you feel with your hands, but what you feel with your spirit that is more interesting to you at this point. You can tell that there is a veil just beyond your reach, further out than a body could, grab onto, but that it's there. That out there you can feel the same thinness that you felt at the Tavern of Realms. Almost as if you dig hard enough and you could push open a curtain.
Okay. So. Um. So if I push hard enough, I could feel it.
That's the impression that you're getting. It's almost like I'm not trying hard enough. I know it's there, and if I just reach a little bit harder, if I extend my aura a little bit more, if I throw out my magic just a little bit, I bet I can grab something. That's what you're feeling.
Oh,
It's
my
like it's
magic.
right there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was about to jump off this ship into this thing.
Let-
It was a thought.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, then I get like zapped and fall off the edge of the earth. Like electric fence all of a sudden. I guess I'll try to push farther. Maybe ask, touch my chest and like talk to Alexander to give me a little oomph.
Okay. Alexander, again, you feel his presence next to you. And Estrella, you've been around Alexander enough to know that Grim has summoned him. You can feel Alexander's presence, even though he's not visible right now. And you can hear him as a distant whisper, whereas Grim hears him right next to her. And he goes, "You're going to try and touch that, aren't you?"
Is that a problem?
"I don't know, but I'll help."
Okay.
You don't want to physically go there, right? You just want to extend your presence.
Yeah, let's go with that. I don't want to go anywhere right now.
That's safe. That's
Like
much safer. Estrella, I know you can hear me.
Hello, disembodied voice. We meet again.
You can just call me Alexander, love. Really, it's much easier.
What is she doing, Alexander? What is she doing?
Probably something stupid. We're gonna need your help.
There it is.
Okay, how can I help?
Always.
Oh, wait. As you mortals so like to say, we're going to touch the butt. So, here we go. Estrella, I'm going to need you to make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Okay.
Grim, I need you to make an Arcana check.
Oh,
as
me?
well. Absolutely. I will roll a d20 in my realm and add that to the number. And we'll see what happens. Estrella.
I just rolled the first natural 20 I've gotten in like a bajillion months.
Oh.
That's because you're with me, love. I always give natural 20s.
Oh.
Well, not to me, bitch.
Grim, what did you roll?
13.
That's okay, maybe next time. I'll add a 7 to that so you get a dirty 20. See, I always give 20s. So we have a natural 20 and a dirty 20 with Alexander's 7 combined to a 13. Here's what happens. The two of you combine your magical energy. And at this point, it's old hat for the two of you. You've done it before. You have talked across realms. You have communicated through magic and through the force and through whatever else other realms call it. And the two of you are in sync. And almost like a giant hand, you stretch out. And on that hand, the two of you can see Alexander. And he's kneeling as he's taken out past the ship, past this waterfall, to what seems like 30 feet from you. As the hand stops, he stands, and his wings unfurl from his back, these long bat-like wings. And he gives them one big flap. As he does, you watch this veil ripple and move like a curtain. And he flaps again. And now the boat can start to feel this secondary wind buffet it from the other side. And while Yasin and Mud and Keladri and Kieran can't see what Alexander is doing, they can feel his presence as he flaps again and again against this veil. And with each flap, the veil moves more and more and more until finally it pulls back entirely. like a rip in the fabric of this sky. And on the other side, you see something that causes 5 of the knights on the crew to gasp. And Seth Pendragon runs to the prow of the ship and he goes, "Oh my god! Camelot! It's there! You can all see it, right? It's not just me!"
Oh,
And the veil, as it was torn back, reveals the kingdom of Camelot. You can see the tall spires of the castle, the wall that separates it from the outside land, the people that live on the inside. But as Seth had mentioned earlier, there was a fold, a tear that had happened, and you can see it run through half of the kingdom, this rip through the castle. But inside the rip, you see the light and energy that you have come to associate with the realm between realms, where the tavern exists, where the doors to all realms exist, this nebula of color and light. It looks like a tear that has ripped through part of the castle, separating one side from the other. And as you stare, you can see the fires that burn along its edge, the bodies of the people who did not survive the tear, and the destruction that happened in that area. It's as bad as I thought. I'd hoped that maybe they were spared, but... Oh my god. We have to do something. We have to help. Captain, Admiral, we can't just stay here. They need our help.
Just oh man, me and Persian are looking at each other, but yeah, I think we all know. Yeah, it's a lost cause.
And that's what you say. That's what Yasin says. And you see tears well up in the young Pendragon's eyes. I had hoped. I had hoped, but I understand, Admiral. I don't even know how we would cross the threshold. It was... Damn! And as you all watch, the veil starts to close slowly. Grim Estrella, is there anything that you want to do before the veil fully closes?
Do we have? I don't know. You say the portal, it changes, right? Changes from place to place?
Well, we don't know that. All you know is you see Camelot right now.
Okay. That's hard. I don't know if we don't have anything like that we could kind of, I don't know, like nail it to this one place.
I mean, you may not have a spell in your spell slot that can do that, but you are mages. There
So
are
we
some
could
things
try
that
to
you...
like put a hold almost on it, so it wouldn't either disappear or change to a different realm.
To anchor it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can potentially come back and help the kid in the place.
You hear Alexander is hearing what the two of you are saying with this anchor, and Estrella going, yes, let's do this. And he goes, well, okay, the best thought that I can think of is leaving something there. Something that we can easily find. An item, something of strong significance that we could attach to. Do you have something, Grim?
I'm gonna hold like and put a little bit of my energy, I guess, like my arcana into the stone from Nim,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna give it to Alexander.
I think this might do. Yes. All right, Nim. Help us one more time. And you see him extend back on this hand that the two of you are creating, go to the portal as it closes, and you hear him just mutter a chant to himself. And almost like blowing a kiss, he blows the stone across this threshold, and you watch as it spins and passes through the veil. And you watch it land on the other side, on top of one of the battlements of the castle. And there it gleams, and you can feel it still. I want Estrella and Grim to make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
Oh, wait. 24!
Nice.
That was a miracle.
Combined, you both get over 20. So, as he said,
I always give 20s. So you gain no damage from what happens next.
Uh-oh.
As the veil closes, there is a shockwave that emanates from it. And as this shockwave travels back, you see Alexander turn, and he has this like, oh shit face. And it slams into the two of you. And for a moment, you both black out.
Off the ship.
In that space, you both see the same vision. The ocean fades, and a different sound can be heard. Like the sound of a tavern. But you've never been to this tavern. But you do recognize 5 people who are there. Zeroku, Morshella, Link, Zelda, Toblin, and Nim. Very young, very different Nim. Oh, yeah, this is my home. Welcome to the Sakuv Castle. I don't even know if you really call it a castle per se. It's really more like it's a bunch of houses all put together. Really big houses, really. They're nice, really nice. I mean, I grew up here. I like it. It's not, but anyway, best place for us to start looking for things. You know, my parents have a treasure trove of knowledge about different shit and shot. So, yeah. Zeroku sort of walks around looking. He goes, "Is this really the only place left in all of Faerun?" Well, yeah, guys, I kind of think this is it. I mean, getting here was hard enough, and this is, Toblin as he kind of walks and looks around. I don't think anything else has really survived in Faerun. Not that we've found. I mean, we've scouted, we've looked, but we can't go past these walls. Everything out there just feels like the tavern, just empty, just space. It's scaring the shit out of me, honestly. Walking down a set of regal stairs down into this sort of tavern keep area are Nim's parents, the Sakuvs. Regal, high elves, very full of themselves, definitely looking down at everyone they pass, but they lock eyes with Nim. "Hi, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hi, how you doing?" And they start to shake. "You're not my daughter. says the father. We saw her die in another realm, in Nashadar. Who the hell are you? No, it's me. It's me. I'm sorry. It's me, Mom, Dad. The accent, maybe it throws you off. It's really me. I left a few days ago. Wasn't that long? No. And the mother is just in tears. She can't even talk, and she collapses on the stairs. You can't be here. That's impossible. Norshella steps up, puts a hand on Nim's shoulder. Sir Sakuv, could you tell us what happened from your point of view? Please. We know about Thornus. We know that your lineage is a descendant of his. You call on him for your magic and your strength. I myself am connected to the brass dragon in our family. Our line hails from his lineage. I know what it is to be connected to a dragon. Tell us, what happened?
Huh?
We were in another realm, and there we saw our daughter, the one who remembered us and what we have done. And she had been gone for years, and we tried to get her back, and she died saving her friends from that evil Kivalas, who we thought would help us get her back, but no. Everyone betrayed us at every time. But now you come here bringing this shell of a daughter. She is not ours. She is your daughter, but not from this realm or this time. We are all out of time, sir. If you know as much about Thornus as we think you do, you understand how this could be. Yes, I suppose it's possible. Yes, it does make a certain amount of sense. Why are you here? Would you bring the shadow before us? We're here, sir. And Zeroku steps to stand by his wife. To fix what the others could not. The realms are collapsing. And we need to know everything you do about Thornus and how we can fix this. Your home is all that's left of Faerun. I know that, you orcish dwarf! Well then, if you know that, then you know we don't have long. So you can either help us, willingly, or we'll find what we need without you. Hey guys, come on now! Shh! Not now, Nim. What's it going to be? You watch as Nim's father looks at her, at them, at what remains of the people in his tavern. Fine. Follow me to my study. So I keep my notes on the family lineage. We can find something there, I'm sure. While we're at it, the way that you transverse realms, do you still possess it? Of course I still possess it, you oaf. I'm sorry, it's a lot to deal with, okay? Yes, I still have the artifact that allows us to travel to different realms. It's yours, of course. You can use it as you need to. Very good. We are retracing the steps of your previous daughter and her party. I'm trying to make things right. And they move up the stairs and past where you can see and hear them any longer. And you're brought back out of this tavern, out of Faerun, and to the ships. Trying to think of a cool way to end tonight, but I think tonight we just ended in a very soft and mellow way. I imagine that Grim and Estrella would tell what you saw to the rest of the party.
Yes, please.
No, secrets.
Secret make friends.
Secrets.
So as you tell the story about what you saw, two things remain in everybody's mind. One, that Zeroku, Norshella, Nim, Toblin, Link, and Zelda are retracing your steps, trying to undo the damage that you caused. At least that's how they claim it. And second, that you succeeded in creating an anchor to get to Camelot. If you can only find a way to get through that veil. Hiccup looks at the rest of you hearing these stories and goes, well, that's heavy. That is a lot to take in, but look, I think we should hold here for the night. In the morning, we can depart our separate ways. My group will be heading to the Dragon Queen, the others to King Fafnir and the dwarves. I don't pretend to know what's going to happen to us, but, well, it's bigger. It's bigger than any of us. I'm sorry about your friend, but maybe there's a way to get her back. Right? And stranger things have happened. Anyway, good night. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
And with that, we will end our session for the night.
Oh, I'm gonna get her back.